You know, it's kind of scary that the only way to shame these people would be to accuse them of being normal. Now that the NSA has been exposed, they're scrambling to contain the damage, saying they're looking into the issue and are going to take action. But the NSA is the only place where the abnormal is being institutionalized. In Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers' new budget includes the following changes to language in state law. Mother is now inseminated person. Father is now parent, and mother is parent who gave birth to the child. So we have all these linguistic contortions just so the tiniest portion of society can compel the rest of us to conform to their biological unreality. If you want to enable mental illness, it would be so much easier to just let the kids smoke crack. Governor Evers is a Democrat, of course, which makes me wonder, why does the party of women keep pretending women don't exist? They denigrate motherhood by claiming anyone can do it. So as this progressive hedonistic outreach spreads, one's whims suddenly become superior to biology. The self has been replaced by fleeting desires. But is it no wonder that liberal women are a mess? Pew Research showed that a majority of young white liberal women have been diagnosed with a mental health condition. And only 12% of female libs are satisfied with life. And they think it's unhealthy to know the difference between girls and boys. So what's going on here? What you see in school, government, and even our elite secretive institutions is a sanctifying of the perverse. And when you live a life of perversity, eventually you're going to need people in charge to preserve it on the taxpayer's dime. No wonder they hate DOGE. Its goal, of course, is ending radical and wasteful government practices. And if high-level intel officers talking about their plastic vaginas all day isn't a waste of tax money, then I'm Admiral Levine. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so rough he wipes with sandpaper. Retired Green Beret Master Sergeant Terry Shepard. She's seen more fights than a cashier at the Waffle House. Host of Outkick the Morning, Charlie Arnold. He's made more people disappear than Hillary Clinton. Magician and illusionist and he's not a magician, but he can make an audience disappear. Comedian Joe Mackey. So, Terry, my first question is, did you fly to Glendale Cemetery in L.A., dig up Terry Savalas, and take his clothes?
Feeling pretty good about that?
Yes. What is this new look?
First of all, I've been wearing bell bottoms forever. You know this.
Yes.
The boots, yeah. And I dig the 70s cop look. Listen.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Speaking of law enforcement.
Yes.
Now that you're a dad. Mm-hmm. Does this mean that, like, our 2-3 day coke benders are over? because here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call you up and you're gonna do the whole thing. Terry, as a parent, I'm gonna roll my eyes and I'm like, just wish we had what we used to have.
Yes.
But congratulations anyway.
Well, we will dial it back to one day.
Fair enough.
So you were a Green Beret. This is all happening inside the NSA on the work systems. Yeah. Basically, it's intercompany email.
Yeah.
What do you got to...
Not good.
No.
There's some dirty birds, aren't they?
Yes.
There's some weirdo, and the thing is, they're just weirdos, and you know, their whole life is geared towards this kink. The big problem is they're doing it. You sort of mentioned it in your thing before. That is really compromising. You don't think if someone got a hold of that, a foreign government, some criminal organization, they have such leverage over you. Mm-hmm. And so get rid of it. Here's the thing. We've seen all this cool stuff with Doge. Not cool. We all knew we were getting had, right? Yeah. But now it's really apparent. We got to start seeing scalps. I don't want people fired. I want people put in jail for this stuff.
Yeah.
And until we do that, and we haven't seen that yet.
I just want to tell viewers at home, we don't mean literal scalps.
I kind of do, though.
All right, well, if you kind of do, then we'll just leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
Mackie, I'd hate to see what your little sex chats are like. Oh, man, because the magnetic pull you have over women, you can get them to do anything.
It's true, Greg. With great power comes great responsibility. But honestly, I come to work to avoid my lovers, so... But what's interesting to me about this whole debacle is that it's not top down, it's bottom up, pun intended.
My man.
And this is all to reinforce ideological conformity. That's why it comes from HR, because there are a lot of people that won't participate in this garbage, and they're going to be ostracized at work because of it. For instance, like, I think I speak for most people. When they talk about their parents, they don't want to ever think about them having intercourse, let alone be that the way they describe them.
Yes.
For instance, like, no one is going to be like, how's your mom feeling? Is she still in the hospital? Oh, you mean sperm receptacle?
Yeah, it's true. It kind of removes that mother-child relationship and replaces it with cold and clinical terminology.
It's pretty gross. It seemed to be like in the one that the dad kind of made out, though. They're like, oh, he's just parent.
Yes.
Nice.
Chris, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you here.
For sure.
This is pretty crazy. I mean, you're in Vegas. You've seen everything. So these sex chats probably bring back memories.
Well, a couple of things. Apparently, Interlink is the new Tinder.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And with regards to Massachusetts and what's going on there, I stay away from Massachusetts for two reasons. One, they burn witches.
Yes.
And two, for me, the whole thing about like an 11-year-old boy, I have an 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
If my kid gets into a fight in school, they're going to call me up and say, you got to come in, your son just got into a fight.
Yeah.
But they won't tell me about what's going on with regards to like how he identifies his gender.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
This is a thing that is going on, and like you mentioned, Massachusetts, where the court threw out the parents' appeal because the parents said, like, you didn't tell us that our kid was changing his gender, and they sued, and the school. The court sided with the school.
Which is insane.
So it's like, yeah, if he had cheated on a test, he'd go home. But if he decided to cheat biology in the real world,
Right.
it makes no sense at all. That's why I'm going to homeschool.
Oh, I think,
There you go.
normally for most people, I think that'd be a good idea, but for you, no.
You don't want me homeschooling anything.
Well, yeah, will you be the teacher?
Not for you.
You know what's funny? Joe Mackey indirectly made a good point.
Oh, he did.
Hey.
A lot of these people, when they're doing this stuff, don't think about the future. That like they might grow out of this stuff. They might actually decide that they want to be normal again and have normal relationships. But all this stuff is out there. What if you have kids and your kids are going to read this that's out there?
Well, also, if we're changing all of the terminology and we're changing it all the time, we have so much literature out there. There's so many novels. There's so many books, textbooks. I mean, what are they going to do? Just change it and, like, erase everything and rewrite them? Like, I don't see that happening. It's really quite disgusting what's going on. But before I get into it, I just want to say I'm honored to be holding it down as the sole inseminated person on the show.
Wow. Not really, though. Not really.
Well, we hope. Although I guess it really actually isn't correct to call me an inseminated person at this point in time, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But does that make all of you the inseminators? Is that what we're calling? Okay.
We are the inseminators.
Yes. It's a new movie.
Good.
Yes.
It's really disgusting because, the left does like to deem themselves like the feminists, the ultra correct all the time. And the fact that they're trying to erase womanhood is just so disgusting. It's so vile. And the difference in languages, like we've been taken through like this whole process, it has gone from woman to people who menstruate, to birthing people, to chest feeders, to now inseminated people. So I'm curious, what could possibly be next?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, what would be next? This is where they do a dream sequence. What would be next? We couldn't afford it. You know what, though? Your point is well taken, that, like, they've decided that motherhood is not aspirational. Oh, you can have this career, you can do whatever you want. Your motherhood is a burden. Unless you're a dude, then it's amazing.
It's magic.
It's magic. We'll make a womb appear. A baby will
I
come out.
can't even do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even Chris Angel can't make that happen.
Not that good.
You should do that. That would be a man's gonna have a baby. All right, we must move on. Up next, Maddo talks about race with a straight look on her face.